do that. Still a little close for my money. And that looks pretty nice. Let's see what we're doing here. So the setup is certainly a couple of minutes worth of work, but you could do one side for humbuckers and the other side for single coils. Depending on how you like, whether you want them clockwise or counterclockwise. I've never personally found any difference in the sound. So, I mean, there's certainly, I guess, purists who would go with, you know, Fender or Gibson's original winding. I don't think they thought much about it at the time either for sound. They just had whatever the pickup winder did, that's what they did. And some of them were counterclockwise and some were clockwise. That looks like it's going to be pretty good. Now we get into the really boring section. And what I have, a pretty simple rig. I'm not doing anything complicated again. I have my winder up on the bench. I have the spool down on the floor, kind of directly in line with the winding channel. It comes off the spool like nothing. No special rigging on it. We tried initially doing some fun stuff with hanging it on a wall, and you know, StewMac has a little thing, you should keep it at an angle coming off the edge of the spool. This turned out to be the simplest. Comes right off the spool all the way down to the very end, no problems at all. So that's my story and I'm sticking to it. If I can get this right again. Okay, there we go. More important to get the pickup than it is to get my head, so. Sure this is in line, coming right off. And again, I'm going to hold and put some tension on it. On these humbucker spools, I'm going to wind about 5,000. I'm looking for a PAF type. It's 42 gauge again that I'm winding on here. I'm going to put about 5,000. I'm going to put 5,000 winds on it. And you really have to get the tension right in order to get that, otherwise it's going to be kind of spongy. And 5,000 winds won't fit on the spool at 42. So you really got to kind of, a little bit of practice to get some tension. After a few pickups you'll be an ace. Turn it on, kind of creep into it nice and slowly. Feel my tension, and I'm just going to scatter wind it back and forth. I don't want to get it too fast, but AC current has a tendency to fluctuate, so sometimes it gets faster than others. And doesn't take that really long to get it done. Certainly more care is needed when you're doing single coils as far as tension, because the bobbin will tend to spread off of the pole magnets. And on this you need to be, again, I want to get 5,000 turns on here, so I've got to do it nicely. Keep it nice and even. I'm not really sure how many turns I'm getting across, but somewhere between 70 and 100 turns per for a sweep left or right. So. And I can also see very nicely with the light overhead, the copper wire is kind of shining. So I can see exactly how it's laying up on there. And I'll check it every bit of a while. I've already got on there 1,300 turns, so as you can see it doesn't take that long. And if I get a little heavy on one side of the spool, I'll adjust. Haven't found it critical to the overall sound. Slowly creeping up in speed, a little bit more than I want. It's over 2,000 already. So I'll take another look at it. Look, I like it, looks real nice, nice and smooth, nice and even. I found that just holding on to the wire is the simplest way to go. I'm not sure how anybody else does it. I've seen a bunch of people try to set up rigs where it feeds off the spool itself. You know, for as much time, you know, I'm doing this in real time, so yeah, I've already got 3,000 on there. I guess that the good news is that it stays pretty